I forget how, like, to explain how all this relates to food. Because, like, you know, the study, okay, so I do this thing where I bird perch. It's like, where wait, that's, like, directly into my boobs. But, okay, so, like, a bird, and it happens when I get excited. I'll have to see if that shows too much later, and then possibly do a different video. Camera shake. So, a lot of our memories of food is also kind of having to do with those connections, like, talking fast. Okay, these are all the things that happen when I get excited. Talk fast, sit on, become a bird. Okay, so whenever you're eating fast food, or eating things that you ate whenever you were little, like, you remember all those. You remember the time that you were with your mom and dad at McDonald's, and you went out to the playground, and everything was shiny and exciting, and they do that to you. There are so many colors and stimulations that a child mind wants, and you think of the textures of the way that a Pop-Tart, the way that it chews, wait, I don't even know the word for it, but just the excitement to it. And whenever I had a Krispy Kreme donut, the excitement of the fluffy hardness of that texture. And then just, you know, sprinkles. They're soft, or they're hard, and they still have all that color to them. And then you think of the brightness of Kool-Aid, and you think of the sweetness as it just jumps your mind. And also, if any of this is true, if there is, like, depression and suicidal to it, and you're feeling down, and you remember the excitement of that, you'll crave it. You'll crave to not be in that low, and it puts you in this cycle of sugar highs. And, you know, cereal, and you would pour the milk over it. Like, I was there too. I was so addicted to Sour Patch Kids, and I saw some yesterday, and I was still like, I want a package of those. And it took so much self-control to not eat one, because I had the watermelon ones. And see, even thinking about this even gets me excited and less rational and speaking fast. And I wonder if that's also triggering into that same high mentality, because Abby and I, my twin, were so hyper, and we both got depressed. I mean, same genetics, same environment. Could have been a multitude of factors, of course. But we were just eating Sour Patch Kids and dropping them into energy drinks. And then I would get Sour Patch Kids after they were no longer as satisfying as they used to be, and spray them with sour spray, and then eat that. And, you know, you're just always craving that next high, and I was so addicted. And no one knew it, because we just didn't view that as important. And God, so many energy drinks. I remember all these happy times with them. I remember walking with this guy named Gavin, and life just being so full and sporadic and exciting. And if you live in a world, like, I lived up in, like, a little podunk kick town, there wasn't concerts, there wasn't anything to do, and that's when and also you find drugs being the most rampant in those places. Like, you want energy drinks, you want excitement, because there isn't much excitement else around you. And now that I live in a desert Lubbock town, I also hear about drugs quite often, and people so crave that excitement, and that's what you go for. And so until your mind is able to redirect those, and I do think that we can break connections, I really do. I wrote it down the other day. It's in Rated R, The Box of Chocolates Experiment, which is the book that I want to do about this. Like, it's, like, really into a lot of it. I think we can have connections to things and break those. You know what? Actually, think about the last time you were in a relationship and you were in love, and then they broke up with you. Or you broke up with them, and it was, like, through this moment where you just realized something, and you just break all those connections. All of that love. And I know that's kind of sad, but it's just the best way to put it. And I think that we can break the connections to food. I think that we can go from addiction and only knowing those food tastes and wanting them to finding things that are healthy. I mean, at this point, the argument, even with bread outside of it just being really carb-filled, is the way it's so processed. And most everything that can be mass-produced isn't going to be healthy for you. The people that are making it are thinking of you as a consumer and thinking of how to make you buy it in the cheapest way, and it's still in a package. And trust me, they aren't taking those packaging costs. You are. And you're doing it either through your body or through them. And all you have to do is go find fruits and vegetables and make them into something better. I mean, you can learn how to cook, or you can eat raw, and God, I know it sounds hard, and I used to think it was hard until I did it, and it became so much easier, but you can convince your mind into connecting into healthy things. Like, God, kale used to be gross, and Brussels sprouts, and I just forced myself to eat them raw. I was so bitter at first and so gross, but I was like, no, you can do this, until your body starts to crave it. And whenever you were a baby, your parents did it for you, and now you have to do it. Spinach used to be gross, every vegetable used to be gross, and now they're good. And so that's kind of the connection aspect to food. I actually feel a little exhausted. That was a lot of energy. On the study so far, I've been eating like the eggs, and like I have eggs, and then I have this soup that I made from like broccoli, because I froze the broccoli and tomato, and then I unfroze them, and they can have them turned into gush, but you can turn them into soup, and it's really cool. And I think I added a few pearl onions in there, and it's really delicious. You have to heat it up though; it kind of turned into a pesto. But if you heat it up, it's really good. And I already put it into words from the yesterday blog, but yesterday I ate just an egg because I was like in a hurry to go. My body was like, soup? Where's the soup? And then it was like cheese. Like it really felt like my body was speaking to me more than my mind, because my mind was like, oh, we need to go and do stuff. We have chores. So my body was like, no, but we need these nutrients. And then I saw bacon, which I love, and it was like, nope, that's for later. And it was also kind of cute, like a little interaction. And my body is actually learning those nutrients, and I think that's absolutely fascinating. Just how it's discovering what it wants. And whenever it looks at Pop-Tarts, it kind of screams a little bit like, no, we won't have those, don't do that to us again. It knows now. But yeah, okay. Bye, officially.